Welcome to the agenda after a heartbreaking loss to Melbourne at the MCG. With me is Jay Clark from the Herald Sun. Jay, 28 points up in the second quarter. What happened?
Well, it was a bitter pill to swallow, this loss, Chris. And you have to look at the engine room, because in the first half they dominated the clearances, didn't they, mate? And in the second half, there's a complete swing, a complete change in momentum. The young stars at Melbourne, Oliver, Petracca, Viney, Tyson, totally changed this game on the head. Had 13 more clearances in that third quarter, in the second half. Their pressure went through the roof, and that was despite Brodie Grundy's ruck dominance. I mean, he had 30-3 hitouts in the second half, but the Pies couldn't capitalise, right, in and under in that second clearance. And on a day where Melbourne's young stars shine, for me...
In the second half,
this week I'm wondering about Jordan De Goey. So he was a pick 5 3 years ago, Chriso, and didn't attend a centre bounce in the second half. So do we just accept now that he's going to play exclusively forward? Or is he that grunt on baller I think a lot of people want him to become? Is that fair or not?
Absolutely. No, I think eventually...
Not one centre bounce, Chriso, in the second half, when they're needing maybe to change it up. I thought the young Melbourne on ballers really got to work and won this game for him. But for you, was it more a defensive thing?
Well, I just want to talk about team defence, because I think one of the things that was really highlighted late in the game, the key to team defence is you've got to trust that your teammate is going to roll up onto your man. You've got to attack the oncoming player. And what happened in the final couple of minutes of the game was this. Jack Watts got the ball on the outer wing.
This is a big play.
Now, if we just pause it here, you can see Will Hoskin-Elliott on Garlett. He's got to trust that Lyndon Dunn is going to go to Garlett. At that point, Hoskin-Elliott has to charge at Watts to make Watts make a decision. Does he go over the top? Does he kick a goal? Put pressure on that disposal. And if we just roll the tape forward, Hoskin-Elliott, instead of going to Watts, backtrack. So now we've got Dunn and Hoskin-Elliott.
That's a very good point. Yeah.
It allows Watts just to stroll in from 15 metres.
Yeah.
And I think that, I mean, that's just an example. Now, I think most of the time we get it right. But in the moment that really mattered, it fell down, and it fell down badly.
And Hoskin-Elliott, with his speed, probably has the speed to close Watts down, put him under a bit more pressure.
Absolutely.
But maybe because Garlett had a good second half, he was wary of him.
Now, what about small defenders?
Yeah, well, look, the ball use in the back half in that third quarter, when Melbourne really lifted the temperature, was telling for mine. I think there was an early turnover from Sidebottom. He played a very good first half, but a no-pressure turnover. And then, I think Nathan Buckley will have a look at games of Josh Smith, Matty Scharenberg, Tommy Langdon, and Brayden Maynard, who was good defensively. But I just thought Collingwood missed, sort of Ben Reid's precise ball use. Varco, again, the ball use. The sure-headedness of Goldsack. So you take that 600 games of experience out of the back line. And when the game was on the line, I just thought there was some, in particular, the no-pressure turnovers. I think Melbourne generated 12 4.5 clearances in the third term, which is a heck of a lot, Chris. So I just think when they review this, they'll go to that third quarter and they'll just look at these turnovers from some of these mid-sized small defenders when the pressure was really up, and that was costing them. I know Josh Smith, his development has been very good, but he wouldn't have liked what happened on the weekend. So I think the point kicking of Ben Reid was really missed, that experience in the back half. And it's must win. They got the bye, Chriso.
Yeah, well, that's right, the bye, and then the big challenge against Port Adelaide. And it is going to be a massive game. 5 wins, 7 losses now, and another loss is going to make it extremely difficult. And let's face it, Port have got the wood over Collingwood. Have won one of the last. We've only won one of the last 5 since 2013.
Really?
And there's some major challenges. They, of course, come up against Brisbane after the disappointment against Essendon. They come up against Brisbane at the Adelaide Oval, so you'd expect them to win that and come into the Collingwood game chock full of confidence. But for me, do we bring... Well, hopefully Reid and Varco will be available. There's still a question mark about Jamie Elliott, but you've already touched on the importance of Ben Reid. So he comes into that lineup. And Varco comes in, and it looks a whole different. Do we play Ben Reid forward? That's the question. We've been operating this small forward line, which looked a little devoid of class without Elliott in it against Melbourne? Does Reid come in and play forward?
Oh, I think he has to go back because Dixon's a huge threat. Like I'm probably pretty worried about Charlie Dixon, one of the best forwards in the competition. You look across the comp, everyone's going a bit smaller. I think Darcy's okay, but you know, to have more inside 50s again and lose, that's how many times that happened, Chris? So 10 out of 12 games. Again, 4 more inside 50s lose. So yeah, missing that connection to 450. But Monday moment, I know this could be the best of the year from yours.
It's absolute beauty. Look, and I know it's been replayed ad nauseum, but let's take another look at Jeremy Howe. What an absolute superstar. We've already talked in previous weeks about his ability and his All-Australian capabilities, but this was, if this is not Mark of the Year, Jay, I'm just not sure what beats it. He got the elevation there, and then the little push-up from Tom McDonald to elevate himself even further, and this little push-up here, bang. Oh, it is an incredible mark. It's got to be Mark of the Year.
Quick question for you, Chris. You've been watching him playing footy for a long time. Gary Ablett, we know.
The answer's no.
Was a supreme areaist. Other than Gary Ablett Senior, who was better that you've seen?
I can't remember anyone that does it more regularly, consistently, time after time, game after game than Jeremy Howe. It's freakish.
He's the kind of guy, and we maybe don't appreciate it just yet, but when he finishes playing, he'll be the kind of guy where we say, did you watch Jeremy Howe play? Like it's almost a Gary Ablett Senior-esque.
He's going to have a great video highlight reel, isn't he?
Now
what about your Monday moment?
Of course you would go the flashy thing. I'll go the defensive thing this year. Brayden Maynard, I thought particularly early, some of his defensive acts were really the best we've seen from him. That smother there was exceptional early point of the game. And then look at his desperation here again. Corrals Christian Salem, throws himself, and he's very good at that. And I think over the past couple of weeks, we've really seen him emerge and mature. I've been really happy with the signs from Brayden Maynard. Again, defensively, another turnover there at a very critical point in the game as Collingwood gets out. As Treloar gets on the end of it here and kicks inside 50. So for me, that's the going on the end of it there. Brayden Maynard, I think, had a huge impact defensively on this game. And as I said, over the past month, I think we've really seen him emerge. You know, the Luke Hodge clone.
No question. Yeah. Right, Jay, now we've got a bye this week.
Hard to beat Howie, though. I mean, big shoes to fill on the Monday moment front.
Now, we've got a bye this week, but we are not going to sit idle because we've got 2 shows coming up over the break. One, a look back at the season so far, and then one, a look forward to what's ahead in season 2017. So I hope you can join us through Collingwood Media later in the week. But well done today. You're outstanding.
I like that freeze frame.
Thank you very much. See you next week.